Welcome. Today, we are excited to have our Qualsis webinar today.
We are.
Kelsey, welcome.
Thank you.
It turned into fall here in Utah.
No, it turned into winter.
Yeah.
There was no fall. It's snowing in the mountains.
So look at this. That is a picture taken this morning, actually just a few minutes ago, of our view from the Utah office balcony. A lot of snow in the mountains out there. We do have a pretty view. It's really nice. We're very lucky, very fortunate. Well, we're excited to have all you guys on today. Looks like a lot of people jumping on today. Holy cow, a lot of people jumping on today. So hopefully this is a webinar that's going to be really exciting for you and have a lot of value for you. We do want your participation, of course. How do they participate, Kelsey?
Yeah, so on your GoToWebinar
control panel,
go to questions. And Whitney's doing questions again today, so type a question, let us know where you are, let us know, of course, that they can hear us, and we'll get started. Yeah,
I mean, the biggest thing is we want you to be able to participate, ask questions, make comments, things like that. These webinars go so much better when we have your feedback and ideas. We don't want to just be the only ones up here speaking. We want to be able to make sure that you guys can understand the things we're talking about and that it's relevant for you. If you don't think that the stuff we're talking about is really important and you want to learn something different, speak up. We'd love to hear about it. So while we're getting everybody in and logged in, again, go find that GoToWebinar control panel with the question section. Type something into us. Let us know you're here, that you can hear us okay. We're testing a new audio process today. We've had some complaints in the past where people have had problems with us being able to hear. So we're testing out something new and hoping that you guys can hear us just fine, that the audio is coming through nice and clear. So let us know you can hear us. We'd love to know where you're calling in from. Is the weather snowy where you're at, or is it still nice and balmy? And are you willing to buy us a ticket there if we are feeling cold?
Let us know so we can come.
Exactly. Or if there's lots of snow, let me know so I can come ski, because I would love to come skiing. I'm looking forward to ski season. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think you'll get good snow this year.
I hope so, because last year was awful.
It was.
It was awful. Also, we have a couple of very interesting things to share today, this afternoon, actually, on Burglar Alarms Online. It's a Facebook group. If you're not a member of it, I definitely recommend joining. Burglar Alarms Online will be interviewing us about the IQ panel too. So Whitney's going to try and find a link and send it to everyone in the chat so you can get that and hopefully join that group if you're not a member already, and join in the conversation, be able to ask questions, things like that, and participate. There's a lot of really good stuff that happens on those.
Doing that? Are you being interviewed?
So they're going to interview me. It's Jake Bull, who's the moderator there, and he's we did a little test last week to make sure it worked okay.
Yeah.
It's fun. Facebook Live is different. It's different than doing a webinar where we get to interact with you and there's questions and things like that. But Facebook Live is multiple cameras and we're talking face to face, and should be interesting. It'll be a different experience. So
me?
Yeah. So apparently Kelsey, we're getting feedback that Kelsey needs to speak up louder. She's a low talker. Do you remember that Seinfeld episode with the low talker? She's a low talker. It's also possible that the microphone is not as close to you as it is to me, so that's fine. Yeah, well, snuggle up for warmth. Today we're talking about sales and marketing tools that are really going to help you look amazing, and we've got quite a few that we think are going to really help you out today, and we're going to show you some things on the dealer portal that you can download today, right now. Before we dive into that, we do have a poll that we want to ask. Are you currently using a digital sales presentation device? Are you using an iPad or an Android tablet? Maybe you're only using your smartphone, or maybe you're not using any kind of digital media presentation device. We just want to know where you fall in that category. And sometimes you're using multiple ones. I know for me, I use my iPad and my mobile phone. If I don't always carry my iPad, which means that the majority of the time if I'm showing something, I'm using my mobile phone.
Right.
But if I have my iPad with me, that's such a bigger screen that it is certainly easier to share with a customer or someone else.
A lot of sales teams are using iPads.
Yep,
right?
They really are. I remember a few years ago when I was running marketing for a big dealer, we actually deployed our entire sales team with iPads. Now, we made them earn it. They had to get a couple sales, and then they traded their sales in for the iPad, so we didn't have to pay anything out of our own pockets for it. But the guys were able to get the iPad, and we loaded it up when we gave it to them with all the materials we needed. And that's a similar experience of what we're hoping people can do today, is use some of the assets that we built here at Qualsis to load up their iPads or their tablets or their smartphones with materials that will help them present better to their customers when they do it. So it looks like almost 50% are using iPads and or smartphones. So we've got, 44% are saying iPad, 48% say smartphones, 25% don't have any kind of digital media. So hopefully this webinar today will help you learn some of the things you can do. And then only 6% are using an Android tablet. I thought that number would be higher personally. So that's interesting. But that's probably a lot of Android users are using their own Android phone instead of an Android tablet. So I'm going to go ahead and close that poll out so we can dive in. And I'm going to go ahead and share those results just so everyone can see. Looks like, again, 42% using an iPad, a small percentage, 6% using an Android tablet. 50% of the people on today are using smartphones. And then there's a small percentage of people that aren't using any kind of digital media. So pretty interesting. I'm going to go hide that, and I'm going to share my screen. Oh, looks like I need to change myself to the presenter. Hold on. Do that and show my main screen, and voila. So here we go. We've got the dealer portal up, and you can see the latest blog is automated frights, talking about how you can automate your lights. We put for Halloween, we put lots of different informative articles here on the dealer portal. So make sure as you log in regularly, whether it's a news piece or it's information or new videos that we produce. We put the recordings of our webinars. We got to talk about that. Are we recording today's webinar?
Yeah, we are. So we'll have it up on the blog later today. And then we have a YouTube page that it goes on, all of our social media channels.
Yeah, so if you're not subscribed to our YouTube page, please do that as well. Whitney, if you can find our YouTube link, it should just be youtube.com/Qualsys, but find that and put that also in the send to all, and we'll make sure that everybody has that link as well. You can subscribe to that and make sure you get those videos right when they appear. But again, we're trying to put it everywhere so that you can be able to access it. But for those of you that want to rewatch it or maybe share it with someone tomorrow or the next day, we'll have a link that you can be able to do that with. So we'll get that done. So let's start with the first thing on our list, and that's the emulator. So if you look at the dealer portal, you're good. You want to come through? Go ahead and walk through.
Say hi to everyone.
You want to come say hi?
Come on, Blakeney.
So Jeremy Blakeney, come say hi. Give him a round of applause. Jeremy Blakeney is one of our technical account managers. He handles a lot of our webinars, but he also handles a lot of the in-person stuff. So he's off. Looks like he's doing an install. Were you going somewhere fun?
Nope, Minneapolis.
No. So for all the people that live in Minneapolis, just super cold. Okay, well, don't worry. He does think it's fun. He's just pretending. He does think it's fun. So if you're from Minneapolis or you love Minneapolis, he meant no offense. So if you look at the dealer portal, you can kind of see along the top here, we've got training, download, support, distributor locator, and the marketing store. In the training section, for those of you that want to get trained and haven't been trained, you can certainly go through our sales training or our technical training there. We want to focus today on the downloads. So I'm going to go to downloads. I've got sales and marketing, technical, software downloads, builder, and in this case, here's an example of vector security. If you're one of those big companies that's coordinating stuff with us, we have specific downloads for your brand. Or if you're a vector dealer, you've got specific downloads for your brand. Same thing as if you're a Guardian dealer or a Brinks dealer or things like that, we've got specific downloads for you. But let's look at the Qualsys branded downloads under sales and marketing. And I'm going to go to sales and marketing downloads first. Inside here, this first section is all about presentations. Okay, this information is going to help you present the IQ panel or the features of the IQ panel or the devices in a more effective way. So the first thing here is the iOS app. And we showed this on previous webinars, but we're going to, pull that up on yours. So the great thing about the iOS emulator is it looks and feels just like the panel. Show them, Kelsey. So you can see that, you can touch it, you can swipe it, you can, if you don't actually have lights on a demo system, you can actually, swipe through, you can scroll through, the different lights, you can turn them on, you can select all, there's a really great way to interact. You can turn the thermostat up or down. You can, change the fan level. So it really feels just like the panel. Open the garage.
My favorite's the disarm code. You know what? This is actually one of my favorites.
Yeah, so you've got live view. So imagine you're in a sales scenario and you're wanting to show someone what it would be like to have an outdoor camera. And you could say something like, imagine being able to pull up, someone pulls up to your driveway and you can actually watch them pulling up to the driveway. Okay, imagine if someone rings your doorbell and you could answer right from the panel. And as they walk up, well, there's a really nice looking person walking up to the panel here. So imagine as they walk up, you could be able to press this microphone button and talk to them, and hang or even unlock the door for them. Imagine being able to have a camera in your playroom and watching the kids play. So this is going to really help you sell some cameras for customers who maybe couldn't capture the vision of being able to have a backyard camera. Where do I really want one in the backyard? Imagine being able to go see the kids playing without having to go out there and interrupt them. So a really nice way to sell cameras, a nice way to sell locks or garage openers. Look, you can open your garage right from the panel. Oh yeah, we'll get you one of those smart thermostats and you can adjust your temperature right from the panel. We'll get you a smart door lock for your front door and you can lock and unlock your door from the panel as well as from your mobile app. So it's a really great way to show things off. The other great thing about this is it actually uses the camera on the iPhone or iPad to take a picture. So Kelsey, go ahead and disarm it.
Ready? My finger.
Well, you might have been wobbling that, so. Oh, there we go.
Finger.
So you can see it takes a disarm photo using the panel cam, or sorry, the camera. I keep saying panel camera, I'm used to saying it.
On the phone.
The camera on the phone, so it simulates a disarmed photo on the actual panel. So a really great sales tool. Now, that's available for free on the App Store. It's good for iPads and iOS devices, so iPhones, which, again, a good percentage of you guys said that you're using that. So you could download that today. You'll want to do a search for Qualphus or IQ Panel on the App Store, and that'll get it for you. Or you can come to the dealer portal and click on that big green icon that you're seeing on the screen that I got my mouse on right now, okay? Clicking on that will take you right there to it. So if you went logged into the dealer portal from your phone, you can click on that. It'll take you to the App Store, and then you could download that app. So a big question I'm guessing that people are asking, Whitney, is do you have an Android version, right? Absolutely. I knew that was going to come. The answer is almost. We've been looking at the versions. We've actually got it. We've got it near complete. What we found is that when the Android developer made it, they made some of the icons too small. The spacing wasn't quite right. So we want it to look good for you. We want to be able to make sure that you can present it well. That is nearing completion now, and we should have it available for you. So
I was going to say, for Android users, though, we do have web-based emulator, right?
Correct.
Planning to show that?
Correct. So we could show that here. That's the fourth one here. In the interim, if you're using a computer and you want to be able to show the IQ Panel emulator, if you wanted to email this link to a customer, for example, things like that, you can certainly email them the link to the web app, or sorry, the mobile app that we just talked about. But this is a web-based version of the emulator. And again, same thing. You can scroll through the different content. You can scroll up and down through lights, locks, thermostats, things like that. You can check the weather if you wanted to. So it's a really nice way to simulate the panel's experience. You know, if for those of you that are doing a digital presentation, but you're doing it over the phone, maybe you want to have a conversation with someone on the phone and you say, well, hold on, go to this website, click on this link, or here, I'll send you an email and you can click on the link and play with the panel, see how it feels, things like that. And you can have that conversation with them on a phone. So again, a great digital presentation tool. And that's in addition to the digital presentation tool you have with the alarm.com app. So hopefully you've also got that as well. If you don't have one of those, certainly talk to your alarm.com rep about getting those. Very easy to do, and that can simulate the mobile experience, just like the app we showed you simulates the in-home experience. So,
perfect.
Whitney, any questions?
Yes. Do you need data for the emulator, or is it all downloadable?
Really good question. The question is, do you need data to use the emulator, or is it all downloaded locally on your device? The answer is it is all local on your device when you use the mobile app designed for iOS and the Android one, which we'll put in the Google Play Store soon. If you're using, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, so the one on the screen then will use data.
Correct, because you're using the internet. If you're using the web-based one that we're showing on the screen right now, then you would be using data for that. If you're doing it on your tablet or on your smartphone, it's probably better to use this one instead, or the Android one when it comes out in a few weeks. So good, very good question. Other questions, Whit? We've already answered the rest. That's perfect. Okay, so the next piece on here is the second generation sales flick. Okay, now I'm going to open this up. Now, one little tip on the dealer portal here, if you look at the dealer portal, you can click on the image or you can click on the text. That actually does two different things. If I click on the image, it brings it up in my web browser and allows me to view it from my web browser. If I click on the text, it'll actually download the file. So if you want to download it, you can actually have it locally on your device. An advantage of downloading it is you can customize it.
Yeah.
If you will view it from the computer or from your tablet, then you are beholden to whatever you've got, on the screen, because it's just viewing it in your web browser. Okay, you can see this here. Now, on an iPad, at least it used to be this way. I believe it still is. If you're opening up a PDF on a web browser, if you touch that PDF, there should be a little thing that says Open in iBooks, and that allows you to save it for offline viewing, which is another way to download it, basically.
Yeah.
Whitney, go ahead. You got a question? Yeah.
Are revisions updated manually or automatically,
Question.
Good questions. He's asking if revisions are updated automatically, or and if not, when is it done, and how often? So the question really is, if on this set of sales flicks, if we make a change to it, if Kelsey decides to add a new flick, add a new feature, make a tweak to it, things like that, does the file you've already downloaded automatically update itself, or do you need to go and re-download it? And the answer is you'd need to re-download it. And we don't do those on any particular cadence. It's really as needed. But if we do make a change to this particular document, for example, we put it on the dealer portal blog. New version of the sales flicks now available. Download here. We'll put a link to it. So if you're checking the dealer portal blog, you'll be able to see what those new revisions are, what we did, things like that.
And it's really when there's new updates, I feel like. Like IQ Panel 2 Plus, we did a whole new sales flick.
Yep.
To add all those features.
And you're also really good about making sure that the date is on here. So you can see here, this document was updated on 8/21 of 2018. So we know that if you've got sales flicks that were downloaded before that date, then you would need to make sure that you update it and get the new ones, okay? Now, this has all kinds of things. Kelsey, tell us about the sales flicks. What do they do?
So they are going to be main features of the panel, but then we also go into each piece of equipment. So it's perfect. You could go in here. I was going to say maybe go down. Okay, so you would talk to a customer about all the new features that are available. Here we have live view, so there's a lifestyle image, but then there's
and the goal here is to have something that's visual. So let's say I've got my tablet. I've got a visual representation of answering the door from my touch screen, a little bit of text here that I could choose to memorize or even use as a guide for what I'm saying, And so if I'm showing you this slide that you're looking at right here, I could be like, oh, this is live answer. You can answer the door from your 7-inch touchscreen. It completely changes the user experience in the home. You can answer the door using the Skybell video doorbell straight from the IQ Panel's 7-inch touchscreen with excellent resolution. So that might be a little thing that I might want to say if I'm new and not sure what to say. I can use that as kind of a script, right? Mm-hmm. And then the other things you were saying is some of the devices and things have more detailed specs and things on how they work, right? Let me go to an example of a device.
Information.
Geofencing, glass break detector, crash and smash, award-winning, encryption, Power G devices, different equipment, IQ remote. Here's an example of a device.
Yeah. So it would be, you want a door sensor. So you could go down here and it's going to show you, again, the lifestyle. It's going to show you that with alarm.com, you can get a text message and then different features. So with not only is it just going to tell you when your door's open and closed, but you can create rules. Mm-hmm. So I know.
Yeah, you could read right on the screen. Encrypted door window sensors, easily placed on anything that opens or closes. Can be programmed as a safety sensor for medicine cabinets, chemical storage, safes, or storage closets. You can get notifications, like the example we show on the screen here. Set up automation, like when the window's open, adjust my thermostat, or when the door is open, turn on the light. Encrypted sensor technology protects the signals sent to the IQ panel. You can even see the dimensions. It's 2 inches tall, half an inch thick, 0.8 inches wide. So it gives you almost everything you need to really show what this door sensor does without having to actually have a door sensor in your hand. And again, you've got these for every single device, right? The recess sensor, the motion sensors, glass break detectors, shock, it goes on and on and on. Yeah. Now, if you don't offer one of those devices, let's say you've made a decision as a company not to offer the key fob, the one we're showing on the screen today. What you can do is download the PDF, delete that one page out of the PDF, and then you can save it on your device to be able to show.
That's the best part. This is so easy to customize.
Mm-hmm. And we know quite a few people who take these same images, do screenshots of them, and use them on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or email them to a particular customer. Email a single page or multiple pages. So again, for those of you doing sales presentations that are not in person, but are instead in kind of a digital environment, whether it's through a chat or through a phone, you could still use these materials to help illustrate, and in some cases even better illustrate to a customer than someone else they might be talking to at a company that doesn't have these kind of capabilities.
Yeah.
So, Whitney, any questions on the sales flicks that we haven't covered already? Okay, we've covered them all. Let's keep going. So that's the sales flicks. And again, we've got a lot of different flicks in here. Customize them as you want. If you're interested in something that we don't have on this list, maybe there's a particular feature or device that's not on here, let us know. We've even done, I think, a pretty good job of having devices that are not our devices, the devices that are non-Qualys. I mean, this is the alarm.com thermostat. We don't sell that thermostat. You buy it through distribution, but we know that you're selling it. The door locks, there's Yale, there's Kwikset. You've got choices there. Skybell, the Skybell Slim, indoor cameras, outdoor cameras. So again, there's a lot of different versions of these to make sure that you've got the whole portfolio being able to show some great detail on the devices you're selling. Yeah. So let's move on. So we covered the sales slicks. Okay. The next is the product flyer. Kelsey, tell us about the product flyer.
Yeah. So you are going to see all of our products with part numbers. So you could download this, take it into distribution, and tell them exactly what pieces of equipment it's going to be. You can use this to show a customer.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren.
Come over here and say hi. You can't just sneak in. Everybody say hi. So Lauren apparently has made a trip. Thank you. It's so nice of you for all of this. Diet Coke with lime? Yeah, no thanks. You take that back.
I'll take it. But this could be another thing too that you take to customers, and it's just showing them all the equipment that you have to offer.
Yeah, so I love that idea. Imagine being able to sit down with a customer, showing them this menu, for lack of a better term, and saying, well, let's go do a walkthrough with you. Okay, as I talk through and I show them this little sheet, well, we do a motion sensor right here in the corner over here. We'll do one of these door sensors, and you're showing it on the paper right up here in the corner. You've also got some vulnerability over here. I'd like to be able to put maybe a glass break detector to cover all these windows. You could use this as almost a menu. Or maybe you're sitting down at the table with a customer and you're saying, here, let's go through. We've already talked about what devices I recommend, but let's go through some of these other devices to make sure you know everything we can do. Let's talk about the glass break detector. Let's talk about the flood sensor. Let's talk about the temperature detector, the doorbell, things like that, so that you can then show them what you can do, and then they can kind of pick and choose which items they want based on their wants and needs.
And then you could bounce between this and the sales slicks if you needed to again.
Absolutely. So they said, well, tell me more about the flood sensor. Bounce back to the sales slick and show them the flood sensor, talk about what it is, maybe go with them underneath the sink and talk about where you'd install it and things like that. It's a really great way to demonstrate those features and capabilities.
These are getting the customer involved. You're asking them questions about what things they're wanting and showing them how it would work in their house.
And you're working on a new version of this that has those other devices on there, right?
Yeah. So you'll see Power G. Do you want to show Power G?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Let's talk about that first. So this is the Power G.
Yeah.
Let me just do this. So I'm going to show the whole page because that's probably easier. So this is one side. So you got the S-Line devices. These are the Qualys S-Line 319 encrypted devices. We've also got this page, which has the Power G panels, the IQ Panel 2 Plus, as well as all the Power G devices, which again, we're not selling, but we want to make sure that you've got a way to present those in a sales scenario.
But you're right. So we're going to start adding all of the alarm.com equipment. We're really going to go through and just make sure that everything is there.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good sales tool. We're going to add cameras, and we've got some other versions of these that we've had in the past. We just needed some space, and so we pulled those off, but we're going to get those back on. We've had some feedback that dealers want cameras. They want garage openers. They want the Sky Bell, things like that, all on one page so you can show it to your customers almost like a little menu. So really good.
I think in the next few weeks we'd have that up.
Yeah. Whitney, any questions about the product flyer that you haven't covered? Okay, great. Let's keep on going. So we talked about the emulator. The next one is the sales PowerPoint. I'm not going to click on this and open this, but this is for those of you that want to do some sales training or maybe want to present. This is the same sales PowerPoint that we use when we present to a new customer, to like a dealer, to one of you guys. So you could take those same slides, and if you wanted to take them and modify them, a lot of companies are really protective about that. We're not. We built all this stuff to help you sell better, so we're going to give it to you so that you can then take it and put your own logos on it, tweak it around, maybe add your own slides about your company, things like that. If you're the type of person who likes to use their iPad to have an actual presentation, like a PowerPoint or a keynote presentation on it, or same thing for your Android, then you could download this and use the assets from it to be able to build your own sales presentation. So nice little piece there. We've also got some scripting in here. Tell us about the scripting, Kelsey.
So this is going to be perfect for like inside sales, right? So you're going to be able to talk to a customer about key features. So you'll see here, you can say, do you have a smartphone? Chances are the person can say yes. You're going to say, this feels just like your smartphone. You touch, swipe. It has a photo frame.
The goal here is that we know that when your salespeople, especially veteran salespeople, are used to talking in a certain way, and many times those features are crash and smash technology, round-the-clock monitoring, things like that. And they're used to that stuff, which is good. Those are great features to have. But now that we've got some newer, more exciting features like Bluetooth touchless disarming, an interface that feels like your phone, the photo frame, disarm photos, live view of cameras, things like that, sometimes those veteran salespeople aren't quite sure how to change their pitch and what to say. And the brand new salespeople say, well, give me some scripting here. So we've got some scripting on those sales flicks we talked about, but we've also got scripting in these features and benefits. So we've got almost every feature and benefit in here: LTE, panel camera, built-in glass break detector, mobile app, geofencing, notifications, arming reminders, keeps on going. So we've got pages of quick little scripting you can use to either train your people or help them read it. And whether it's on the phone, like Kelsey was saying, maybe it's an inside sales type person who needs to be able to talk about these things, or it's an in-person salesperson who needs to be able to memorize these and be able to use it to present. We want you to have at least a foundation that you can build upon, and of course you can customize anything you want from there, but this is a really good start.
Yeah.
Okay. The next piece we have on here is the first generation panel emulator. I don't think anyone on this call is probably selling the IQ panel the first generation IQ panel, but it is there. We've got a wall graphic. We've also got these die cut flyers. These are the die cut flyers you can.
They're a hit.
They really are. So if you go grab a pack, yeah. In fact, there are. So those are the old ones. Kelsey, I think we should give away a couple packs to people on this call. So this is, yeah, go ahead and show that. So this is the IQ panel die cut. If you download the file that we're showing online here from the dealer portal, it looks just like the panel. It's the same size as the panel. You can actually see, the exact same size as the panel. So a way that a lot of people like to use this is they like to say things like, well, let me show you what it would look like up on your wall. And they put it up here and go, oh, see that? Look how cool that looks. That's going to look, or maybe you could put it over here, or you could put it over here. So it's a really great way to demonstrate that. But then on the back, show them what's on the back, Kelsey. So we've got, again, some of the popular features, visual information. You got, 7-inch HD touchscreen, Bluetooth disarming, live cameras on screen, disarm photos, customizable photo frame, and some other features here. Mobile app control. So this is a great help sheet or cheat sheet for a person doing a sales presentation. So imagine I'm in, and I'll scroll to the other side of this so you guys can see that better. Imagine I'm in a sales scenario and I'm sitting there talking to, Kelsey, trying to sell her. And I could say, the great thing about this panel is, you've got a 7-inch HD touchscreen. It's really going to look great on the wall. Our Bluetooth touchless disarming is our most popular and favorite feature. It gives you the ability to leave your phone in your pocket, and then the system will automatically disarm itself when you come in range. So if you've got that smart door lock we talked about when we were doing a walkthrough, then your system would disarm and the door would automatically unlock and you could just walk inside the house. It's really easy. Leave your phone in your purse. You don't have to worry about pressing any buttons or typing any codes. The other thing we've got is we talked about maybe the backyard being a great place for the, the video camera, since you have that play set back there, the swing set. If you did one of our live video cameras, you'd be able to check on the kids playing on that play set without having to, leave the room. You could actually go right up to your panel and be able to check and watch those videos. And anywhere else you put a live video camera, you'll be able to do that. We've also got disarm photos here. You can see you can see there's a little picture of a face on a watch. So the panel has a camera at the very top. And when the panel's disarmed, then it captures a photograph. So imagine one of your kids comes home from school. Maybe you're out shopping or doing something else. You'll get a text message of their smiling face. You'll know they're home safe. You got their name, the date, time. Everything's good. So it's a great way to have some visual verification that everything's fine. And then there's also a customizable photo frame. This whole screen turns into a photo frame. So you've got your favorite family photos, pop an SD card on the side of it, and customize it so it becomes a photo frame in there. It's a really, really nice way to present things. We got a whole line of people who want to leave. You guys can come. But you got to say hi. Looks like our technical team is heading off. Say, good luck, guys. Oh, it's lunch? You guys all got backpacks. How much lunch are you bringing back? Jeepers. All right. So, do you just make fun of me for saying jeepers? Is that not a thing people say anymore?
It's like it's perfect for October.
I would like to know from our listeners, is jeepers an okay thing to say?
That's what it is, right? Isn't it Scooby-Doo? Perfect for Halloween.
I'm being made fun of. They're making me feel like an old man here. I think jeepers is a perfectly. All right, fine. I will not say jeepers. I won't say that anymore.
These are perfect, though.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine.
These are good because you get the visual, but then again, you can talk about the features.
Yeah.
And it's going to work in someone's house.
Yeah, and then of course all the things on the bottom here. You've got live, mobile app control. This file needs to be updated. Look at that. It's not the same. So the ones we actually print out are different.
We did just update those
Yeah, so we need the new die cut flyer updated on the dealer portal. So mobile app control, ultra fast alarm signals, encrypted sensor communication, Z-Wave plus home automation gives you a chance to talk about lights, locks, and thermostats, built-in 5-megapixel camera, built-in glass break, and live answer. Now, some of you are probably thinking, well, what if I don't want to carry paper? I want to do it digitally. And I 100% agree with that. That's why we put this file on the dealer portal. You can download this, put it on your tablet or your phone, and scroll through and use those talking points the same way we just did with paper. Yep. However, some of you like paper, okay? So I want you to chime in. We're going to give away.
Let's do it, yeah. Let's
give away a few packets here of these die cut flyers. If we're going to give away a packet to the oldest person on the phone. Now, you don't have to tell us your age, but type in the age here. We won't say it online just in case that's embarrassing. But type in your age, and Whitney's going to say the name of the person who wins a die cut. So the oldest person, because obviously old people love paper. They probably don't even have phones, right? And for the record, us old people also like to say Jeepers.
He's putting himself in there.
I also like to say Jeepers. Yep. So.
Okay, Whitney. And
we should also give one to the youngest person because we should reintroduce paper to those young people because they've probably never seen it before. So tell us your age, and the youngest person and the oldest person will each get a pack of die cut flyers, and that'll teach them. Okay.
Are they doing the year they were born?
Well, just the oldest year. So that doesn't take that much math, right? So for example, 1984. Oh, and some people doing the age. Got it. All right. Well, we'll let Whitney figure that one out. 110. Well, he definitely wins if he's 110. 100% there. Yeah, 110%. Yeah. You keep doing math over there, Whitney. Okay. So there's also on the dealer portal a lot of documentation. Okay, we do have questions? All right, yeah.
Sorry, just before we get
No, that's good.
You can only have 20 photos on the generation 1 pixel. How many photos?
Good question. You're talking about the photo frame. The photo frame, in fact, let's go over here to that emulator we talked about, okay? If I click on photo frame, okay, the panel turns into a digital photo frame when not being used, okay? You can load up to 20 photos on the panel. Right now, the panel comes with 15 photos, and if you decide to add photos, you could add up to 5 and not remove any of the photos that are on there, or you could choose to add more, and you just have to choose which ones to delete of the stock photos. Now, I say stock photos because they come with the panel, but these are not stock photographs. These are all photographs that were actually taken by our employees on their various adventures. So really cool little fun tidbit there. A lot of liars. Hey, you know what? This is a sales and marketing call. It's not lying, it's selling. Okay? Let's be really clear about that. Whitney thinks you guys are all liars. I am completely disagreeing here. They're not lying at all. Okay? There are legitimate reasons. There are legitimate people who have gotten transplants, replacements, and upgrades to live to 110. I fully support that. Fully support that. Okay? For all we know, that person is actually just a brain in a jar connected to a computer. You don't know? Jeepers, Whitney. Jeepers.
On the letter that does the camera record and type the video, or just the picture?
Really good question. So the camera built into the panel, okay, can capture either a disarm photo, but it can also, during an alarm event, you can choose to either do a photo or a video. The photo is taken at a random time during the alarm sequence. The video is captured starting from when the alarm goes off until 4 minutes, or the panel is disarmed, whichever comes first. So if no disarm signal comes, let's say it isn't a legitimate alarm, it will literally just be recording for 4 minutes. All of the stuff it can see in front of that camera.
I was on the phone with my husband, and instead of doing something, he armed the system. So it went off because of my motion, right? Mm-hmm. So I have a video of me on the panel, like sprinting. So the panel, it was so loud, it scared me to death.
Now, I believe you can put an SD card in the side of that and extract those videos.
We're not going to do that.
If you would like to have that video of Kelsey running to her panel in a panic, please put a comment in there. We'll make sure you get that video. You bring that to work. Yeah. So to access the video, you would do that. In fact, let me just pull up the emulator again. Great question. Someone asked, how do you access that video? So you would do that from the page that has all the disarm photos. So if I go over here, I swipe over to the disarm photos page. Here's the panel camera, okay? In this case, you can see this is disarmed by Brooke. This is the front door alarm, disarmed by Whitney, access by Ethan, things like that. If this was, so this is a disarmed photo. If this was a video, what it would actually do instead is have a play button and it would play the video right there on the screen. So it would be right in this, it's mixed in chronologically with your disarmed photos. Now that means that this will store up to 20 of each of type of categories. So disarm photos, alarm videos. It will store up to 20. I think that's actually 5 alarm videos and 20 photos of each category. That means if you have 6 alarms, the first alarm you had will be automatically deleted. So if you want to save them, you have to put an SD card on the side and do that. So make sure your customer knows that if they want to keep those videos for any particular reason, especially the alarm ones, and they want to share that with all their friends to show how wonderfully they can sprint to the panel, then they should extract that by SD card, which you'll do when you get home today. People want the video, Kelsey. They want the video. People want the video. Yeah. You'll have to reenact it then.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right. What other questions do we have, Whit? Oh, we got winners. Winners of die cuts. Heather, you've won, okay, for either the oldest or the youngest. We won't say which, okay?
You're a winner. That's
but you win a pack of die cuts. So we're going to reach out to you and get your address and send you a pack of die cuts. And then Sarah, we got 2 ladies winning. That's awesome. And April, yeah, nice. All winners. I love it when the women win. That's great. That's fantastic. Nice job, ladies. We'll send you some die cuts. Good job. They should probably get T-shirts too.
Okay.
Send them some T-shirts. So Kelsey's gonna reach out and get your or you can type in your size T-shirt. So Heather, Sarah, and April, type it in what your T-shirt size is, and we'll get it. April, I'm glad you're on today, by the way. April took me to April was awesome. I went and visited Guardian Protective Services, and when I was there, we finished up our meetings. We actually took one of her employees out for lunch for his birthday, and then afterwards, instead of me calling an Uber, she drove me all the way to the Pittsburgh airport. It was like totally out of her way, but it's super nice of her.
Totally deserves to get it.
I 100% agree. She's one of my favorite people, so thank you very much. So, all right. Let's see. So we've covered a lot about presentation materials. I also wanted to share image packs. Yes. So go down here. If you're, oh, more questions. Sorry. Yeah, go hit those questions first. Alarm videos, I do not believe are texted right now.
Mine wasn't.
Disarm photos are, but I don't think alarm videos are uploaded to the alarm.com cloud yet. I know we're working on that with alarm.com. It's just a matter of having them be able to have the mechanism to do that.
And can you remotely disable Bluetooth arming if you lose your phone?
Really good question. Can you remotely disable Bluetooth disarming if you lose your phone? And the answer is yes. You log into your alarm.com customer portal, go to mobile devices, and you can just simply click delete device. Yeah, very simple. So good question. So another thing that some people like to have, so we showed you the sales clicks, which are nice images, things like that. Some people like to have cleaner images without a bunch of text on them. So if you go down on the same page we were on, the sales and marketing downloads page, you can go all the way down here to the website assets. Now, these were designed for people to build websites or use for social media, but there's nothing saying that you couldn't download the IQ Panel image pack to your phone or your tablet and use that as a sales presentation. That's a great way to show off how beautiful the panel is, flipping through lots of great looking photos. And whether it was photos of the panel or photos of devices, those are all there available for downloads. That's another great sales tool that you can add. We also have video. So on if you put your mouse over downloads, click on sales and marketing, and then sales and marketing videos. There's a lot of video content here. Kelsey, tell us about these videos.
So we have a little bit of everything. We've got commercials. Let's see.
Yep.
I think we've got 4 different commercials now.
Yep, there's the IQ Panel 2 Plus full-length commercial, so that one's like 3.5 minutes. The IQ Panel 2 Plus 2-minute commercial, which you did that edit. That bit, you basically took that 2 Plus commercial, the full-length one, and then edited it down to be 2 minutes long, right? And then there's the first IQ Panel 2 commercial that we made. Mm-hmm. And then this overview video, what is this one about?
This one is talking about, it's almost like a condensed sales webinar.
Yeah.
We're talking about the ins and outs of the panel, the different features. So Bluetooth.
Covers the hardware
Yeah.
and general software overview. So it's a nice one for sales teams. It is a nice one you could show the customer. It feels a little more techy, which is kind of fun. You got a more techy customer. That's a really great one to show them. We've also got several other videos here. So this is Bluetooth touchless disarming mom coming home.
Yep, this is what, a 20.
Yeah, it's short. Let me just show this one. It probably won't show very well, but
it's perfect to show how Bluetooth works. We talk about it, but this is a good one to visualize.
Really helps paint the picture, really helps bring this stuff to life. Again, video is so powerful. If you're showing this on a tablet and saying, let me show you how easy this is. So you can see mom's walking up to the door, the Bluetooth disarmed, it unlocked the front door. She walks right in the house. She didn't have to do anything for it. It just happened automatically, okay? And it just happens amazingly. And you can really showcase the ease and beauty of Bluetooth disarming through that video. And then this ESX video was the one we showed at the ESX breakfast. We had a lot of people asking who went to ESX last year in Nashville to have access to that particular video. This is where we introduced IQ Panel 2 Plus. So we had a great video there. Then there's a lot of feature videos here. Tell us about these.
So these are 30-second animations that really just go over one feature. But it's going to talk to you about just really different things, how it works. These are perfect. I love these for social media.
Yeah, really good for social media and really good in a sales presentation. So if you're talking to a customer and they're like, well, tell me more about, that whole panel camera thing with the disarm photos. You could say, well, let me just show you this quick 30-second video, and you pull this video up on your panel, on your tablet, and show them this. Now, again, there's a couple of ways to load these up on a tablet. You could just show it from YouTube if you have a connection to the internet on your tablet or phone. But if you don't want to use data, you can download them. So again, scroll down to the bottom here. You can see download all feature videos. You can download them and load them up onto your tablet that way. And that way you don't have to use up your data for it. So a nice way to do that. And then we've also got device videos too.
Yeah, so the same thing. 30 to 60 seconds going to show you. I like the door and window one because it talks about different places that.
Let's just show that one.
Okay.
I don't know if this is going to play very well, but it might lag a little bit. But so the goal here is not just showing them how a door window sensor works, but also all the places you can put it, right?
Yeah.
So doors, windows, which we get, but then what about some of the other places you can put it? What about a safe? Doggy door. I don't have a dog, but if I did, I would definitely have a sensor on the doggy door. And then it talks about encryption, talks about, again, these are just brief things, talks about dual path connectivity, how we send things to the cloud, and then getting notifications. So again, nice, simple introduction to a door window sensor. Oh, and custom names. Yeah. So that's an important one too for door window sensor. You don't want to just call it, sensor 1, sensor 2. You want to be able to have custom names for those things. So, yeah. So again, one for almost every device: door window sensor, motion, tilt, smoke detector, carbon, flood sensor, garage door. The goal here being, we want you to be able to illustrate to your customer, whether it's on the phone, on social media, in person, the powerful features that come with each of the devices and how they integrate with the rest of the devices and with the entire system. So, Whitney, any questions about videos?
That has never happened.
IQ Panel 2 Plus kits. Are they available?
Are they? So are they asking for an IQ Panel 2 Plus with S-line sensors in them? So if you're looking for, so this is kind of not about sales presentations, but it's a good question. So the question is, can I buy a kit of an IQ panel? So basically I want to buy not just the panel only, but I also want a few door window sensors and things like that in it. The IQ Panel 2 Plus comes in 3 versions. There's this version, which is the gold box, has PowerG and S-Line 319 encrypted radio, which also works with Interlogic sensors. This one does not come with any sensors, but we are working on a kit that would include 2 S-Line door window sensors and 1 motion sensor with this. Because Qualys does not sell the PowerG sensors, we couldn't make a kit with PowerG sensors in them. But if you wanted a kit where it was this panel and the door window sensors with PowerG and motion sensors with PowerG, just reach out to your distributor and they'll make you what we call a virtual kit. And they basically put together the things so you get better pricing on those things, but you buy it in kind of a kit. So distributors can do that for you. Now, there's also these 2 panels, PowerG with 433 and PowerG with 345. We, of course, don't sell any 433 or 345 sensors, so we wouldn't have any 2 gig sensors to put in there for you, or Honeywell sensors. And hopefully, if you're putting new sensors in, you're going to use encrypted sensors anyway, which would be, we would strongly encourage you to use encrypted sensors for your sensor solution for new things. These were designed to take over old systems so that you can walk into a customer's home and say, oh, looks like you've already got a system in here. Let me see which system it is. I'll make sure that we can use a panel that will speak to it, and we'll use up your existing sensors, and then we'll add new ones with new PowerG technology that have the 4 times the range and the amazing encryption and things like that. So the answer is yes, we are coming out with a kit that will have 319 sensors in it. But if you want a PowerG kit where you've got the panel and PowerG sensors, reach out to distribution, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you create a virtual kit. So great question. Thank you for asking it.
Regarding sales presentations, can the slips be customized with our own company logo? That's from Dean.
So Dean wants to know if the sales flicks, again, these are the ones that we showed here, these things, okay? Can these be customized with your own company logo? So if you take and do the download option, okay, if I go here and I go to download, sales and marketing downloads, okay, if I click this text here, second generation sales flick, you will get a version of this. You'll download it and have a version that we call a layered PDF. That layered PDF means that if you have an Adobe Photoshop program, Adobe Illustrator, things like that, you'll be able to pull those in and easily just drop your own logo over top of the Qualys logo, make any changes you want, things like that. It should be a very easy thing for you. If you don't have access to Adobe, you don't know how to do that, you want to be able to create something quick and easy, things like that, reach out to us, marketing@qualys.com. Whitney, put that in the send to all, marketing@qualys.com, and let us know you need some assistance. We may be able to help you create something custom for you. We've done it in the past for a few people, as we even showed you, the Vector one that we showed earlier today. We've got something for Vector dealers. We've got stuff for Guardian dealers. We've got stuff for Brinks dealers that already have customized stuff. If you're not in a dealer program and aren't planning on participating in a dealer program and need those assets, we may be able to help you with that. So again, just send us an email. Marketing.
Or if you are in the dealer program and we've missed getting you added to those, email marketing again, or you can email me directly and we can make sure that you're added.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're currently participating in Guardian's dealer program, for example, and you're like, hey, I want the beautiful purple, videos that you guys made for Guardian, I want to be able to use them too for my sales stuff, you let us know and we will happily get those for you. Yeah. So, and if you want to participate in a dealer program, so let's say that you are a dealer who's maybe wanted to either sell some of your accounts or wanted to participate in one of these great dealer programs, and you would like to know which one, of the ones that we support is best for you, email us and let's help you. Let's put you in contact with the people over there and find someone that's going to work out great for you so that you can participate in the dealer program of your choice. So,
definitely.
Yeah. Other questions, Whit? All right. So we've covered videos. We've covered product flyer sales, image packs, LMS.
Over the LMS really quick.
We could show the LMS. This is the biggest thing that I want you to take from the LMS is if you feel like you want to get better trained, and from a sales presentation standpoint, nothing replaces personal knowledge. There's a lot of people who say, well, if you're a good salesman, you can sell anything and it doesn't matter what the product is. While that might be true for some people, I think the majority of people will agree that product matters, looks matter, quality matters, services and features and benefits matter. And if you really want to be effective at your job, rather than just selling yourself and walking away, instead you can sell the features and benefits like we talked about today that are really going to make a big impact. And you can learn those from our LMS, our learning management system. Click on training and click on sales training. And you're going to get all these great videos that Kelsey and I put together along with their associated quizzes. This should really give you a great foundational knowledge of what the system can do, what the individual devices can do. And if you still feel like after that's done, you don't have the information you need, then let us know, and we'd love to help you and get you some more information. These webinars are a great source for that. Come on these webinars every other week and ask your questions, find out what we can do, and we're going to do our best to help you. And if there's things that you want to learn, maybe you really want to learn about a certain aspect of the system. Maybe there's certain features you want to know about, or you want to learn more about a particular way of selling or a particular tool, let us know. We'll add that into one of our existing webinars, or we will create a whole new webinar about it. We've got a long list of topics coming up. And if you want to know what topics are coming up, go to training and then clicking events. And we're working on getting all of these webinars added in here. You can see the calendar is kind of blank at the moment, But this week, we're going to be adding in all the webinars we're going to be doing into that calendar, and you'll be able to go on those and register for the ones you want and see in advance, hey, we're going to be covering this particular topic. So it'll be a really nice tool for you.
Is there a certificate issued after?
Good question.
Yes, there is. So the question is there a certificate issued after you complete the training? And the answer is absolutely yes. Once you get to the very bottom and you finish that last survey, it will then prompt to do a certificate. It autofills your name and the date you finished it and things like that, and you can print it right out. And you are officially the smartest person in the room.
I was just thinking, one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, can I have all my sales team use my one login?
Mm-hmm.
You can, but their name wouldn't be on the certificate. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. And that's pretty common. People say, well, just to not hassle them, I want to make sure that my sales team just uses our company login. My personal suggestion to you is don't do that, okay? Let's take disarm photos, for example. If I have one code, 1234, and I give you a code, that 1234, I use that same code, Whitney uses the same code, Lauren uses that same code, and then one day we realize that Kelsey is a creepy stalker and we don't want her to have access anymore. What do I have to do?
You'd have to get rid of that. And
I'd have to change my code and change it for everybody, okay? If I give you your own code, and Whitney and Lauren and myself all have our own codes, not only do I get to see who's disarmed each time, but also you, when you become a creepy stalker, jeepers, then we'll be able to delete your code and you won't have access to the system anymore, right? It's the same thing with the dealer portal. If you've got a team of, let's call it 5 to 10 salespeople, and all of them are great, and then one of them decides to take all the great knowledge and investment you've made in them and go to your competitor, you can let us know, hey, I need you to cut this person off and don't give them access to all the great sales materials that you've got here. I don't want them to have access to those things. I only want them to have access to stuff from their new company. And we can turn those off. We can also let you know, have certain people taken the test? How did they do on the test? You know, have they taken all the quizzes? If you say, hey, I've got a team of 10 salespeople, I want them to go through the sales training, I need to know if Bill finished it. He says he did, but I kind of feel like he didn't because he's not doing very well. We can go through and look and say, actually, Bill never completed the training. Maybe it's time he did. You know, maybe he's pulling the wool over your eyes on that. Yeah. You can just tell him, jeepers, Bill, you got to do the training. I'm going to say jeepers twice as often as now.
I know.
You stepped in it, Kelsey. Yep.
It was Whitney. I didn't even notice.
Jeepers, Whitney. All right. Other questions? One other thing I want to cover is the alarm.com and Qualsys Installers Facebook page.
Oh, this is a really cool Facebook page.
Yeah. Let me pull that up real quick. So there is a new Facebook group out there called Qualsys and Alarm.com Installers. There it is. Okay, let me pull this up and show it. So this is, you can do a search for Qualsys and Alarm.com Installers. I typed in A and D, but it still came up, whether you do and sign or whatever. But you can see here, this is a group where if you've got a question, you can type something in there, and it's a really, really active group. In fact, our technical account management team, who you saw taking off for lunch a minute ago, said that they're responding to stuff on this, you know, almost within the minute that it appears. So it's a really great way to get in contact.
You're getting good answers.
Yep, really accurate answers, and there's good materials. We've posted a lot of our videos on there. There's been some other stuff people have created and posted on there. So it's a group that we recommend joining if you haven't already. It is a closed group, so you will have to log into Facebook and then request access to the group. But again, it's just Qualsys and Alarm.com Installers. It's been a really great group, so we definitely recommend joining. And you did send the link? Great. And again, reminder for today, I believe it's at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Is it 3 p.m. Mountain?
Burglar Alarms Online. Okay. Burglar Alarms Online. Again, if you're not joining, if you haven't joined that group, it's definitely a great group to join. And they're going to be interviewing us about IQ Panel 2 Plus. If you want some more information about IQ Panel 2 Plus, you can certainly do that. Let's do another quick poll. I would like to know if you are currently using Qualsys products. Yes or not yet. If the answer is yes, then thank you very much. We hope that you continue using Qualsys products and you continue to love them. If the answer is not yet, we would love to be able to reach out to you and make sure that we can answer all your questions. Kelsey will reach out, send you an email, put you in contact with anybody within our organization that'll help you get your questions answered. Our goal is to make sure you've got all the information you need to make an educated decision to say, yes, I want to start installing Qualys products from now on. And then after we've got this poll, I've got one more poll question.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, looks like a really large percentage, which is really great. So hopefully those of you that are using Qualys products got something out of today. Let us know in the comments. Type in your comments. Was this webinar useful for you? Did you get some good information that you're going to take and use and apply? And if not, what could we have changed? What were you looking for? What did you want? What did you need? What were you expecting out of this? We'd love to hear.
Send the registration link, Whitney. I don't know if you have already, to the dealer portal.
That's a really good idea. Yep. If you don't have access to the dealer portal already, Whitney's going to share that link. Then the other thing we want to know is if you feel fully trained on Qualys products. Yes, you do, or no, maybe you need some sales training. Maybe you need technical training. Maybe you are still evaluating Qualys and you'll let us know. If you do need sales training or technical training, we showed you that LMS, but there's certainly other things we can do to help you as well, and we want to make sure that we can do that for you. Our whole goal is to really be a true partner with you in this whole endeavor. We want you to be able to use the smart home technology products, the security products, in a way that makes sense for you and your customers, that makes it easy for your sales staff and your corporate staff. It really should be a very, very simple solution for everyone. So it looks like it's still a good percentage that still wants some more sales training and technical training. That's great.
Yeah.
So really appreciate you guys filling out that poll. Kelsey, what have we forgotten?
I think we've got everything. Just register for dealer portal access if you don't have it.
If you don't have it already.
We talked about that the whole webinar. So definitely get access.
And next week's webinar is a technical webinar. So if you've got people, so for those of you that are indicating now that you want technical training, Whitney's going to share the link with our technical training program. Our technical training webinar that will be next week. The one next week is specifically about security sensors.
Cool.
So we're going to be focusing, or the technical team will be focusing specifically on door sensors, motion sensors, things like that, to really focus in on what the different types of sensors are, how they work, how to install them, things like that. Should be a really, really good webinar to get in really in deep on door venture sensors, especially for people that are not from the security industry and need some of that great experience. And then the week after that, we are doing a webinar, a sales and marketing webinar on builders. So we're actually going to be having our guest, Madison Bowles, who, if you don't know who Madison is, she's amazing. She works for Alarm.com in the builder program. And she and Austin Kennedy, as well as Sean Berry and the other people in the Alarm.com builder team, will go through and take your requests, work with your builders, and try and do things. And we're going to talk all about the builder program, how you can get free equipment for your model homes, the right way to set up a model home, the right way to train model home staff, things like that. Lauren, come over here. Lauren works here at Qualys, and she's also in charge of our builder program. So Lauren and I work together to try and fulfill all the model home requests, make sure that you've got everything you need. How was your Diet Coke with lime, by the way? It was so good. Okay. So Lauren is in charge of our builder program, and if people need to send an email, they want to get involved with builders, we just send an email to builderprogram@qualys.com. Is that right? She's looking like
it was to me.
Well, you can send it. Well, that goes to you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah, or send it directly to her. So, yep. Lauren has just joined us. We're really glad to have her. She's been fulfilling all the model home requests for the DR Horton. Those of you who are participating in the DR Horton installs. But there's also been several others that are non-DR Horton business that we're taking care of as well. So we'll take care of all of your requests and make sure that your homes get the free panels they deserve, as well as all the free services. And then, of course, get you trained and things like that for your builder work. So thank you, Lauren.
Yep. No problem.
Yep. So, Whitney, barring any other questions, I think we should wrap it up. Anything else we should cover before we end today? Okay. We'll make sure you get that link as well. If you want to go ahead and pre-register for that builder webinar, go ahead and do that. Again, we'll have Madison Bowles from Alarm.com on there. I actually want to share one video. So Madison and I, when I was in DC a couple weeks ago, we filmed a video together about the Alarm.com smart home. If you have not been to the Alarm.com smart home, which I'm guessing most of you have not made the trip to DC, it's really cool. I want to find the link to that video and send that to you guys as well, because it's a fun video. It's on our YouTube page, but it's certainly worth watching. And it's a nice way to see all the cool things that Alarm.com has done. I'm going to copy this, click on questions, And I'm going to say paste, send to all. So there's a link to the video of Madison and I doing the tour of the Alarm.com smart home, and she takes you through all the major sequences. And the great thing about this is she actually does a really good job of selling the solution as well. As part of this tour of the smart home, she shows and demos the same features. And I think a sales demonstration is so much more powerful than simply telling. If you can actually demo the features like we did with the Alarm.com app, like we do with the emulator that we were talking about today, being able to demo those features for a customer really helps bring it to life. So a combination of video, images, and actual demos you can do is going to be a really, really solid sales presentation. So we hope you got something good out of this today. We'll see you again in 2 weeks for the Alarm.com and Qualys Builder program. We'll talk all about that and how you can work with builders more. In the meantime, if you need something, email us at
marketing@qualys.com.
That's right. And thanks very much for joining today.
Have a good week.
Yep. Bye-bye.